What is good, family? Back from vacation. But are you done though? If it's Wednesday, say it with me. If it's Wednesday, it is Soul Food Sneaker Talk. It's your boy OGSneekerz alongside. It's the duo today. My ride or die because the man Dabs is out taking care of some family business. It's still vacation. Y'all know school getting ready to start. So, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But we holding it down for the crew. Say what's good to my little brother, the bearded one. What's going on, family?
Yo, what's going on, man? It's your man, Beard Jedi, a.k.a. the Black Alex P. Keaton, a.k.a. Shupak Shakur, a.k.a. the Boss Kick Ross, a.k.a. Hacksaw Kick Duggan, a.k.a. the Man Bun. We're doing a little Man Bun action today. And y'all know the other a.k.a. that matters the most. Jack Swagless, how you doing? We back in the building. Team Earl is finally popping, and it's good to see you, OG, man.
Hey man, good to be seen. But you one of those you got to run back.
The Man Bun?
No, because you didn't give me the woo.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? Look, my relationship with Ric Flair and his memory is a tumultuous one, and now the brother's sick too. I just want to leave that alone.
I understand.
Brother, get well or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know that Cadillac Jackson won't take any more Ric Flair slander. He'll want to meet me outside by the monkey bars. So I'm just gonna leave it alone, man. I had to let that go.
Hey, I hear you. What's been going on, man? We had a little hiatus. So I'm gonna talk about what I did during the hiatus. But what did you do on your day off?
So my day off Wednesday, I was in Houston. I got to go down and kick it with one of my favorite people in the world. Copped a couple shoes. We'll talk about that when we get to the appetizer. Did a little shopping, did a little looking around, did a lot of driving, and handled a lot of business. So it was a day off, but it wasn't a day off because I don't know how to sit my ass down. So I was still doing stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know how
to and I think you need to put your office like inside your car, man, because we had some conversations, man. It was like, bruh, you're like point. Like you just need to just move into the car.
I'm damn close. That's why I got that big ass truck. I can kick back like I need to.
Well, what did I do?
What did you do?
Bruh, so last week was music week in this household. So you see what's popping right there, right?
Dreamville.
Yes, sir. So Tuesday night last week, me and my ride or dies, my two daughters went to see J. Cole, and the show was really dope, man. Really, really dope. Mad respect for J. Cole and what he's doing with his Dreamville family. If I had one complaint, is just simply that, like, all of his opening acts, with the exception of I think one group, were like his Dreamville artists. And the way that if you haven't seen the show, the way it's set up is that it's like he's in the center, but there's like a main stage that's kind of off to, depending on which you side, far left or far right. And so I had no problem that he was the only one in the center stage.
Right.
But some of the other artists that were featured on the other stage, because it was so many of them, it was almost kind of like, like it's so much stuff on the stage and you just got this one little corner to stand in and do your show. And even if it's singers, if you're coming kind of from a rap vibe, you like to move around. But if it's no space for you to move around, so I kind of felt like they didn't maybe get as much love as they could have. But then I also understand the game enough to know that, hey, you're an opener, and it's gonna be like that. You're gonna get what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But he showed love where it should have been. He has a artist on his label, and I apologize that I can't remember her name, but she's from DC. Okay. So she was the first one to come out. But also in his set, he brought her back on stage to share the main stage with him. So since they were in DC, I thought that was dope that, he showed big love to her in her hometown, gave her a chance, to be up on the big screen and everything like that. So I wasn't really like a big J. Cole dude, but now the song Neighbors, That's like my jam now, man. That goes on my list of songs that I want to turn up and drive down the street when I just feeling like antisocial, you know.
Hell yeah, man. J. Cole, man. A lot of cats will say that hip hop is dead. Hip hop ain't dead, man. You gotta look for the right people, and J. Cole is one of those right people. So I'm glad you got to go and experience that. But you know, the real thing that you did was Wednesday.
Yes, sir. So Wednesday night in the same arena, but it had a different name because the arena here where the Wizards play and the Capitals play just did a name change. So it was formerly Verizon, now it's Capital One. So actually the J. Cole was the last Verizon night, and then the very next night they turned it over electronically, and everything was the Capital One Center. But me and the Queen and some other friends of ours went to see the elements of the universe: earth, wind, and fire.
Bruh. I got a question about them.
Yeah, go for it.
The story that I heard, now this was on Steve Harvey Morning Show, so I don't know how authentic it is. But the reason that they're named that way is because they were struggling for money and they were praying about trying to find a way to make stuff happen. And like the elements, they started picking up instruments, and that's how they learned how to play. It was like an instant blessing. They learned how to play. Have you heard that? And if so, is that true?
I have not heard that story.
That's the story I heard.
I know that, you know, the originator of the band, Maurice White, was a jazz musician.
Okay.
And that's kind of where he started, multi-instrumentalist.
Right.
But he comes out of that jazz, you know, big orchestration. So like when you hear all these classic Earth, Wind and Fire, and they have these huge horn arrangements, that's, you know, that's 100% birthed out of Maurice White and his lineage and connection to jazz. Gotcha. Whether or not that was true for Verdine, you know, he has been their one and only bass player,
right,
for the 40 plus years that they've been in existence. Excuse me, been in existence. And if that was a certain thing that happened for him, I'm not sure. But no, I've never heard that story. I had to do some research on that and see if that was true. But they it was Earth, Wind and Fire, and Chic was the opening act, and I wasn't sure exactly what to expect, but bro, they killed it. Of course, the last original member of Chic, because it was really Nile Rodgers and Bernard, I can't think of his name right now, the bass player. They were the two that originally formed the group, and the bass player has passed away. So it was basically Nile with, you know, whatever musicians he put together. But I mean, it was just straight hits for an hour. Yeah. And I think that the best thing for me about that show was they have a section of their show where he does songs that are not Chic songs, but it's songs that he wrote for other people as a result of the success of Chic. And that hit list was just as banging, if not more, because it was, you know, Diana Ross, Sister Sledge, David Bowie, which a lot of people didn't know. Like my wife was like, he wrote Let's Dance, put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
That Maryland came out of you too. That's David Bowie. Bowie is a county in Maryland.
Okay, all right. David Bowie. You are absolutely correct. Or should I just say Ziggy Stardust? Okay? Hey,
there you go.
All right, don't get it twisted. I do know what's good.
I know you know who it was. I remember living in Maryland. That was the first thing I said. I was like, Bowie County. They were like, no, that's Bowie. I was like, all right, my bad. But go ahead.
But it was a dope show, man. We were fortunate enough to have seats on the floor, so it was really good to experience it, you know, from that place. Although I was 2 rows back from a retired Army guy. How do I know he was retired? Because all I saw was his 6'3" retired Army hat in my face. I was doing this all night. Yeah. But the Earth, Wind and Fire stage was phenomenal, which was backed by a huge video wall. And sometimes they were taking like old videos and syncing them with the actual music that they were playing. So just 100%. It was a great show. I've seen them. I think this is my 3rd or 4th time seeing them, and every time they never disappoint. And the other thing I just mentioned, I was really glad to see was a lot of parents there that brought their kids.
Oh, that's dope.
First time we went in this area, we took the girls. We went to see them up in Baltimore at the Inner Harbor, and man, they just had a blast. So just kind of sharing that music with the next generation is that's what we need to do.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope, man. That was a good week. We got the chat popping, man. Team Early is lit. They in here talking to each other like they ain't seen each other in forever. Like y'all don't follow each other on Instagram. But anyway,
how about that?
We got Cadillac Jackson, the plugs in the building. Young Civic 20s in the building. V's Kicks, 804 Kings of Phones and J's, Jermaine Manning. V's Kicks. Did I already say V's Kicks? Say it twice because she's just so nice. Jamie White's in the building. We scroll down a little bit here. We got Illa Ills. We got Warrior Blood 510. We've got Black Ass African. We got Gabriel's in the building as well.
Hey, stop right there for a second. Congratulations to Black Ass African. He got married a couple days ago to his queen. So congratulations. He did like the, hello today.
We just gotta put up the stripper gun. Gotta put up the stripper gun, bro. No more ones flying. Can't make it rain no more. It's over.
Yeah, but congrats to them both.
For sure. Timber Stands in the building as well. Sneaker Files podcast. Saw your first live broadcast. It was really dope. I do want to talk to y'all about that tech that you're using because that's some dope stuff. It would definitely help us progress in what we're doing. OGSneekerz is in the building, and Sneakerheads Clothing Line rode in. I think he rounded out the end of the arrivals. College Park 81 is in the building as well. And I think I got everybody. If I didn't get you, it's not on purpose. It's an accident.
Charge it to the head, not to the heart.
There it is. So y'all know how we do with this show, man. We start off, we talk about Hump Day Heat. We talk about our pickups, and I'll go ahead and jump in here with my Hump Day Heat. Again, today I didn't do anything. I'm becoming a boring old man.
Hey, watch the OLD word, bro.
Well, I mean, but you're definitely not boring.
Why insert wise. Just never use old. Just say wise.
That's all right. Hey, and when you black, you get to be old. That's a blessing. You're a legend. You're a legend. So today I just went to the gym and I wore the Kobe Elites, Kobe 11 Elites, the red and black. It's just probably one of the most comfortable shoes I got in the closet, man. And I got 4 pair, and I would have 4 more if I could get the colors to work like I needed them to. But that's what I had on feet today.
Cool. Well, if y'all following me on Instagram, I took a little trip the past couple days. Went up to the D to hang out with my big bro, Jumpman Bostic. So today I was driving back. So if I look a little bleary-eyed, it's just 16 hours on the road in 2 days is a lot of time behind the wheel. But we had a great time. But it was just all about comfort while I was driving. So it's those tie-dye Prestos on foots today.
Yes, sir.
You can't. Prestos are just a comfortable shoe. So just stick your feet in and go. Don't lace them up if you don't want to. So yeah, that was it. Just simple, straight comfort. When I'm driving, if my shoes aren't comfortable, especially the amount of hours I was, putting behind the wheel, that's like a must.
You got some NMDs, right?
I have 1 pair.
So comparing the NMDs to the Prestos, who you got?
So in driving or just in general?
In general.
I'm gonna say initially the Boost and the NMDs, when you first put them on and walking around, I would give them the edge. But after a full day, I say they level out.
Okay.
In terms of just, for me, fatigue either in my feet or sometimes for me, if it's a bad shoe, I feel it in my back.
Yeah.
So I would say they level out. They're about even. But initially, when you just put them on and stand up, that Boost, it does capture you, and you're like, wow, that really, really feels good.
Yeah, I feel the same way. LL said, he said NMD needs more support. The NMDs that I have, again, they were ugly as hell, but they needed more lateral support across the foot. They just didn't feel right when I was walking around. Rockstar came in the building as well as Buckeye City Soul. What's good, fam?
What's going on?
Hump Day Heat. Gabriel Kick said he wore the Jordan 1 Mid Respect 2s. Those just came out. This with the gum bottom. So I'm surprised OG ain't got them yet. Tay Baltimore, bro. Tay Baltimore came through with the Fire 5s.
Nice.
Fire 4s. I'm sorry. He came with those. He came on Monday, but that's okay. It's still SF Hump Day heat. This is Jermaine Manning had on the PG1s, the summer pack, so that was dope. Young Civic went ahead and broke out the Dub Zero. Now I hadn't seen these Dub Zeros, but these are from 2009. They're black and yellow. They look like the Steelers love.
Yeah, it's a dope. You know, every to me, Dub Zeros are acquired taste, but I mess with them. I don't shy away from hybrid, so I'm good with that. I mess with 6 rings too. So and y'all know how I feel about Spizike, so we ain't even have to go there.
It's a dope shoe. And then 804, of course, he wore the Northern Lights foams. Warrior Blood 510 had on the French Blue 12s. Ooh. I still need to get mine back in rotation. I think I wore mine twice. And I ain't had them. Illa Ills had on them crib ones, the bare feet. The bare feet.
The born day ones?
Yeah, the born day ones, the birthday suits. Buckeye City Soul had on the Bread 11s.
Nice.
Gone Postal 28 had on the tuned Air Golds. Laid Back had on the Air Max 90s. Jamie White had on the Air Max 90s. So yeah, man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. We love how y'all get in there, and we can get y'all to hashtag that. It'll be dope. But it's okay. It's okay. I like seeing what y'all wear, man. I didn't hear any Adidas NMDs in that one. Just saying.
Nah.
Just saying. Yeah, I got Mike Tyson in the corner, so watch your damn mouth.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. He's actually on, I don't know if y'all can see that on the screen. He's on the turntables. Mike Tyson on the ones and twos.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. Tyson is actually my favorite boxer of all time.
Wait, pump your brakes.
All time.
All time. Really?
All time, Mike Tyson.
Really?
All time.
Wow, okay. I'm not gonna be mad at that, but you know who mine is.
I think there's like 3 answers. It's either Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, or maybe Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson. Okay.
I think those are probably the only 3 you could really have. Anything outside of that, I'm looking at you weird, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Well, you know, if you're from the DMV, you might try to say the Sugar Man.
I get it. I understand.
I'm just saying you might try to say that.
Because he came through. I mean, that was a rough-ass era when he was boxing, too. Like, the whole joint. Here they go. Here they go. He couldn't beat Holyfield. That was the wrong Mike Tyson. That was the Mike Tyson first out of jail trying to make some money, Mike Tyson.
Let me take your ear. Can I take your ear?
Bruh. I don't think I've ever been at a fight and been that mad. Because I remember when the fight started, Holyfield came out and hit his ass with a jab, and Tyson rocked back, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, you just knew something was different.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got in there and bit the ear, I was like, come on, dog. You got to be kidding me. Michael Roy Jones Jr. Look, this is what we do. Roy Jones Jr. Excellent career. One of the most talented boxers I've ever seen. But his downside was horrible. When he fell off, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. When they knocked him to where it looked like he was dead, I was like, no, Roy, no. But yeah, I can respect that. I can respect some of these answers here. Now that I think about it. He beat Joe Louis' ass. That's right. He did whoop his ass.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, man.
And if you were from Detroit, you might say Joe Louis.
Joe Louis.
Brown Bomber. You could.
They had some. Hey, back in the day when you had the rankings like they had and who they were fighting,
mm-hmm.
you could damn near pick anybody.
Right.
Hagler. You could pick Hearns. You could pick. Hey, like I'm not gonna be mad at any of those picks. Foreman. I'm not gonna be mad at any of those picks. Sugar Ray Leonard. Not gonna be mad at him. For me, it's Tyson though. You gotta remember. I'm high school when Tyson was peaking. 19 years old, coming out knocking people the fuck out the box. That was my dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a theory about Tyson too. Not to sidetrack the show too much. I really think that Mike Tyson's on the spectrum. I think he's autistic. If you look at the way he understands fighting and war, how docile he is as a person outside of the ring, until it was fight time, he's just a different dude. And I could go on forever about that. But Mike Tyson was my favorite. He's definitely my favorite boxer of all time.
Yeah, I remember. Was it Arsenio Hall? One of those late night shows that he was on after he first won the championship, and it just didn't seem like the same dude because he was just like what you were saying, just so docile, and, which I don't even feel right using the word docile in the same sentence with Tyson. But that's kind of how he was when he was on there. It was like,
until he got charged up, and then it was like he was a whole different beast. And usually when you have those splits in personality like that, it's usually something going on. And I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about all the rape shit and shit like that. But I tell you what, I don't know that Mike Tyson did it, but I know if he hit Robin Givens in the face, her face would have fell off. He did not take a punch from Mike Tyson in the face. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Somebody said Buster Douglas, black ass African.
Buster Douglas. Oh, wait a minute. You gonna make me take back my congratulations, bro. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that.
Look at the chat. Cadillac Jackson said Robin Givens the first person to beat Mike.
Woo, family's going in today. That means y'all missed stuff. That's good. That's good. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey man, can we jump off into this pickups? You have any pickups, bro?
I do have a couple pickups. So when I went to Houston, I got I got 3 pairs of shoes, but it's 2 shoes. I'll explain.
You really do got the man. You really do have the man bun rocking today, bro.
I wasn't playing, man. So
flexing. Okay.
So what happened was somebody made a joke about this on their Facebook. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna put a man bun in, and I did it to be an ass. Like I got it first, but when I did it, it got like 30 degrees cooler in here. I was like, oh shit, I'm slipping. This is what I need to do. So out of necessity, it's not cool, but I'm Jack Swagless.
Yeah, that's all good, bro.
I was able to get the Prestos from the outlet. These are the blue Prestos with the little tweed or herringbone, whatever you want to call it.
Those are nice.
Straight little shoe, man. So when I saw them here, they were like $89. And I slept. I was like, even though the Prestos are dope, I don't feel like paying that much for them. I can't really explain that shit. But then I saw them out there at the outlet and they were $40. And then I had a $10 off coupon. So they were $30. It's a win. So I scooped those up. Glad I waited. I went to the Reebok outlet, which is where I never go. But I decided to go in there anyway because the Nike outlet that I went to at that time didn't have shit. And I got another pair of Club C's. These are black with the black sole Club C's. And the old man special, they've got memory foam.
I was going to ask about, what's the comfort number?
They got memory foam, bro. This is like stepping in. Let me see. What can I use today? I can't use Pink Panther pussy. Can't use that. So let's go with, I can't use that. So this is like stepping in Stay Puft Marshmallow Man ankle meat.
There you go. All right.
This is what that is, man.
I like that.
And I got 2 pairs. So it was buy 2 pair, get 1 half off, or buy 3 pair, get 1 free. And they were already like $34.
Wow.
So I got 2 pair for $54, and then that was it. So that's what I got for that in Houston. And then as me and OG continue to rock our collection, our Black History collection, I was able to get the Harlem Wrens. Harlem Wren Air Force Ones with the premium tag.
Clean.
Yes. Wrens on the inside. My size 13. And they came with the box. So I got the box with the inscription at the top.
Yes.
So yeah, like that was a good. And for the people who are saying, damn, you spent a lot of money. Prestos was $40, well, $30 after discount. 2 pair of the Reeboks for $50. Those were the most expensive pair, and I paid $75 plus shipping. So that was a win. Illa said, "How are y'all finding these?" Well, sometimes you gotta have a plug. That has helped me before. I'm not gonna say who, but sometimes you gotta have a plug that's good at searching. And you gotta stay on. You got to stay on your grind. So I literally look for these shoes every day. I literally wake up and put them in the search engine, try and see which ones show up. You get used to seeing which ones are available. So there's shoes that I've passed on because I know that they'll always be there. But the Wrens, I literally only saw like 1 other pair of Wrens, and they were worn. So that pair was DS, and they sat there for a while, and I was like, okay, cool. Tay Baltimore Ills is definitely interested in it. So let us know what size you wear, because I think OG might have a pair of those Memphis Reds, the Memphis Red Sox. If y'all are interested, he might have a pair. So let us know. When we come across doubles, we'll probably, if y'all interested, let us know, and then we get it. But yeah, that was my cops.
Yeah, and the other way that I've been able to is anytime that I go to a resale shop, I'm just always looking in their section of SBs. Because that's usually a lot of the collection is dunks, and usually wherever they have SBs, they're gonna have Air Force Ones, like the Wrens. There are some Air Force Ones. I have the New York Cubans was an Air Force One.
Yeah,
but it's just really just looking around and be becoming familiar with what's out there, and just like Beard said, every day. You just reminded me that my stack should have been a little bit higher because I did have a couple of those pickups, but I'm not gonna run and get them right now.
Sneaker, I got to give Sneakerhead Clothing Line the props because he's the one who told us about those.
Absolutely,
after we copped our first pair. He told us about them. We saw them. We was like, "Yep, that's it. The chat is talking about their cops as well. The Diodore N900 holograms. Okay, so Black Ass African. I copped those too during that sale from Nordstrom's, but they run. I'd never had a pair of Diodores. They're a full size too big.
Wow,
they're way too big. So I had to send them joints back. I do want to get another pair, but that's a good cop, Black Ass African. What else we got in here? Warrior Blood copped a pair of the My Adidas Ultra Boost. So that's what's up for that. I think those are the ones you can customize and shit like that. I don't see anybody else doing their pickups just yet. But go ahead, man.
Clothing Line said the Harlem Wrens is the best release.
I won't go that far.
You my dude. 10 grand, but it's not the best, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's some of them shoes is just straight fire. And to me, until I see it and it tells me anything different, to me, the most fire one of them all, it's probably a tie between one you have and the Satchel Paige. That Buck O'Neal dunk and those Satchel Paige Air Max 90s. Whoo!
Heat.
Oh man. Both them joints are.
A few more of these from the chat before you get in yours. True Blue 3s for Don Turner. Yes, Cadillac Jackson got the eggplant foams off StockX for $198 shipped. Damn. Buckeye City Soul. We know how they do over there at the Money Men. So Buckeye City Soul cop 90 pair of shoes. He got the Tony D Sauconys. He got the Camo 5. Like, you know, like we can't keep up with you. Nah. Buckeye City Soul cop Foot Locker. All right. That pretty much covers it. Jamie White got the alternate motorsport 4s, and Tay Baltimore said them Diodores are so clean you got to get the jacket. We had this discussion on Instagram, Tay Baltimore, and I'm about a solid 4X. I don't need a 4X reflective jacket. Planes be trying to land on my back and shit. I'm good, so I'm not gonna do that, but I appreciate you looking out. But OG, let the people know what you got, man.
All right, so interesting week. I don't know if anybody follows what's the guy, Shoeseum on Instagram, but you know, he used to have the shoe museum and he kind of resolved that, but has actually now become like a curator of people trying to sell their collections or whatever. And he had actually a Jordan 1 and a SB sale last week. I missed the ones, but I did catch the SB sales, and he had some stuff. I think the majority of the shoes were size 11.
Yeah,
just a half size too small for me, but there were some 11.5 and 12s, and I saw this shoe come up, and I've seen it in some, like when I've gone to sneaker cons, but I've never seen a DS pair, and I've always liked them. They are the Beijing Blazers, 100% DS, the OG box, everything. Man, I think these are from 2007 or 2008. Just a dope shoe, man. And the leather is amazing. It is really some of that real nice, you know, OG leather. So this is a nice pickup.
Let them know. They asking, what's the price? How much?
$150 shipped. That's and straight up, I think I bought them on like late Saturday, and they came today. So I mean, he as soon as you indicated that, basically the way he did it, he posted the shoes maybe like every 30 minutes or so. As soon as it hit, you had to send him an email and say you were interested. He would send you the invoice. He just asked you to pay the invoice quickly, you know. So and once you pay for the shoe, he took it down. And they must have been shipped out like that same day or the next day, because I got the tracking pretty quickly. But yeah, it was.
Said that you came up heavy. He said they were on Flight Club back in the day for like $700.
Wow.
So you caught a real come up, man. It's a dope shoe. Yellow and red are two of the shoes on feet. The colors on feet, they're just dope. They're just dope, man.
Really pop, yeah. So, and like I said, it's kind of been, I know like from marketing, reds and yellows are like used in product design a lot because they catch your eye. And that's exactly the first time I was someplace and it was just, I was walking past the table and that yellow just caught my eye and I was like, man, that's really dope. So when I saw it come up and it was 11.5, it was like, yeah, I need to do that.
For sure.
So this next cop I have to blame on Jumpman. We were hanging out and we had been talking about this shoe and we went in the store and said, we're going to go try him on. So he tried his on first. I was like, how's it feel, JB? He's like, oh, man, it's great. You need to do it. Like, I hate you. But
the Vapor Max.
I did it. So I've only just tried on the one shoe. Very comfortable. I think part of the comfort that people experience when they put it on is the shoe is feather light. Like if you've ever, like the first time you ever put on like a fly knit or something that doesn't have much to the sole, you lift your foot and it just feels like you have nothing on. Wow. These are like that. But I did not try both of them on because, when you try them on in the store, they're only going to give you one. Although if I ran out the store, I think they'd be able to catch me.
I know, G. You know what I'm saying? Slip and slide on the slip and slide.
But felt really good. This was a colorway that I could kind of get with. Kind of has that, nice little hit of metallic rose gold, I guess you call it. But then the rest of it is kind of like maybe an Oreo or whatever. So I went and tried it. Be on the lookout for the review. I'm gonna wait until after I wear them, and get like a good couple days out of them before I do my review, just so that I can really kind of talk about, because most of the people I've seen and even my questions were, just what do they feel like? One of the things I've heard is that over time they just get more comfortable as the pods kind of break in or something like that. So I don't know, but I'll let y'all know. It doesn't feel as funny to stand on it as I thought it would. It just looks like, it would be unstable, and it's really not. So
the chat is definitely saying that to you. They're saying once you break them in, it'll be a win. Bars. So,
and the last cop was the biggest come up of all. If you all followed my trip to Detroit, you know what this is, but I'll just try to give the backstory really quickly. Last year, whenever Kobe played his last game, and they did the draw on the Fade to Blacks. Just on a whim, I tried to get them, and I actually got them. Initially, those shoes were going for like crazy money, like $1,200–1,300. But of course, by the time I got mine shipped, that had kind of died down. It was like really, really, fast. You had $1,200–1,300, and it dropped to like $8. And I think here lately it's kind of been maybe in the 5s or 6s of what people are asking. But if you went to StockX or whatever, people were trying to like really, really low ball you like $300, $350 like that. So I was really just sitting on mine. But every time I go someplace that I don't live, or if I can carry the shoe with me, I'll take it, to see what I'm able to do with it. So shout out to Sneaker Legends in the D. Basically the guy started off telling me exactly what everybody says. People don't really rock with the Kobe's like that. These particular Kobe's in terms of resale. I mean, if you're talking about preludes and stuff like that, yeah, it's gonna go. What are they talking about now?
I was smiling because that's I used to watch Pawn Stars. That's kind of what they do when you go in those shops. They bring down your expectations and then they give you an offer. So hearing you say that, even if it's real,
right?
Hearing you say that, it's just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it was consistent with everything that I've heard and what I've seen in terms of like if you go to GoDap or any of those places where you can sign to see what people are offering. So I was like, hey, just let me know, what you can do. So he shot me a cash number, and it was about around what I expected. It wasn't an insult, but it wasn't like, ooh, hurry up and give me the money right now. Right. So I started looking around. He says, but now if you want to do a trade or something, we may be able to do something a little bit better. So I looked around and I came across these gems right here,
Whew.
which I did not have in my collection. I have the lows. This is a DS pair of the 2011 version.
2011 version of Concords for the people who can't
Yes.
see.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, absolutely. I am so sorry. Thank you. You always remind me of that.
Okay.
So it was a Kobe's plus $40.
Look at that. Can you please show them the bottom so they can see that yellowing?
Yes.
Look at that. Disrespectful. That's definitely like Buckeye City Soul said, Grail Gang, come up. Everybody's giving you praise right now. Like really, OG? You really should have just went first. Like I'm up here with Club C's and Prestos and shit. And you pulling out some Concords, some motherfucking Blazers.
Well, hold up. What I do want to say is this.
Disrespectful.
I guarantee you, when it comes to these shoes, the reason why I was able to get that was because I was there with Jumpman.
Hey, props to Jumpman, man.
Mad respect, because that's like one of his spots that he really, deals with in Detroit, and that was the first spot that we went to. And he was like, "Yeah, this is my man. He's from out of town. We just looking around. He got some Kobe's he's trying to do something with." And that's all he said and walked away. So I know that a lot of that come up was absolutely to him. And I'm going to do a video. I got to see the basement of the Jays. Bruh. For the first 10 minutes I was down there, I couldn't even talk. I needed a diaper. It's insane. But yeah, just shouts out to my big homie. Man, he showed me around. I didn't have to drive the whole time. And for those of you, who know he had the surgery, doing much better. Not having to use anything to help him walk. He got the little old school pimp going for real now. Right. But other than that, man, doing real good. Had a chance to meet his family, and actually yesterday spent the day with him and his kids. So I had a really good time. I won't talk too much about that because I'm gonna do a little vlog about my trip. So yeah, that's my pickups. I did in the last 2 weeks come up on the Harlem Wrens, same that Beard had. I didn't get a DS pair, but was coming back from picking up my daughter from Princeton in New Jersey. She was up there for a couple weeks for a summer program, and we stopped at a spot. And I happened to find those. Again, like I said, I was just looking through the SB section, and they were there. So yeah, but the Concords, that was, man.
V's Kick said you should have took her with you. You just wrong.
Next time, sis, because I sure could have used some help doing that drive and going up there. Them 7.5 hours were easy, but the 7.5 coming back, whoo, yeah, today was rough.
I think I just realized why you did me like that. You rode up there with your Prestos on, and JB pulled out the calls on you.
Bruh,
I talk about some Prestos, and you pull out some Concords on me. I understand. It's cool. It's cool. I ain't buying no more shoes. Fuck it.
Bruh, did you see that picture that we took in Sneaker Legends?
Yeah.
Man, when I looked at that picture, I was like, I look like a fool. JB is there. He is all coordinated down with the straight fire on his feet. And I'm there looking all disheveled because I've been driving all day. But I had heat in the bag. That's the only reason I was in the picture. I was looking like the homeless dude that, hey, tie-dye Presto.
That's what you should have did, put the heat on the feet. Because, you can't be standing next to JB. Like, I would just took my shoes off. Like, fuck it. I'm not standing next to, because what you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's possible, man. I just went to another brand. I've been like, let me put on these New Balance. I'm not even.
Man, I saw when he was putting those on. I was like, so that's what we're gonna do today, man. Okay, all right. But when I saw that picture, and I was just like, man, I really, I'm just embarrassed for myself right now.
Hey, man, you got to kick it with a legend, man. That was dope. Got to have a good time, and that's a win, man. That's a win. So for the show this week, we're gonna do it like we did last show. We got some topics we want to talk about.
Hot takes.
Mostly will be about sneakers. There are some topics that we got to touch on that as two black men with any kind of platform we can't ignore. So if you don't want to stick around for that part of it, God bless you, and have a good time and come back later if you want. But we're going to go through these topics, And you know how we do, man. We're gonna put 6 minutes on the clock. Once I get this goddamn clock on here, I done lost the clock on the screen. Where did the clock go?
Come on,
Here
bro.
we go. Here we go. So the clock is on. Let's get it cracking.
All right, so we're going to kind of ease into this thing. The first category is retros, and they have announced that the 2 more pairs of the Zoom generation LeBron first games are going to be dropping. Actually, this month, the actual colorway, the first shoe that he did wear in his first game is going to be dropping on August the 26th, and that is the Zoom generation first game that has the white front with the black heel color. If you remember earlier this year, the white with the red heel dropped, and some people were saying, well, that shouldn't have been first because that wasn't actually the shoe that he wore first. But they also mentioned that later in this year, the third colorway of the first 3 colorways of that shoe that were released, the black on black, will also be dropping. So my question was, do we really feel like now it's official? We're going to start to get into retroing LeBrons. Is that coming? And then secondly, is it time, or should we be waiting? What do you think?
So when we talked about this before, first of all, I think that is going to happen. What else you gonna do? You got to go ahead and get in there and get this shit started. I don't feel like any of the LeBrons were hot for the first like 3 or 4 versions. So for me, it's not really on my radar, but I understand that you want to do it. It'll happen. It'll do well. And it pay homage to the brother now. I mean, we're what, 14 in? Between all his shoes, like, okay, get the shit out there. Yeah, OG Kick said the 6s. Yeah, probably about right around the 6s is when it was like, okay, these are kind of dope. But that, again, that's looking back. That's hindsight for me because I slept on the Browns for the longest part. Mm-hmm. So it's time, and I think that, you know, once we get to those, we get to the 6s and shit like that. That's when I'm gonna be checking for stuff that I missed. Just like I went back and got the Swingman 7s. I think, you know, it'd be dope to come back through. What about you?
I've said this before, I said it again. From a marketing standpoint, it is no better time than to be now. Mm-hmm. You know, like him, love him, hate him, whatever. You know, you can't talk about basketball without, at some point, LeBron James not coming up in the discussion. And like you said, there's 14 in, but also remember that he also has other, because you have the Soldier line,
right? So
I mean, he has a large amount of shoes, plus PEs that we've never seen other than, you know, what he actually wore, obviously, because none of them have been retroed or made available. So I think they have a vast catalog, and I think it's time to start that. I don't think that you have to wait until he's not an active player to do that, because you're retroing the shoe, not the player. So I look forward to it. I know this shoe was kind of designed after the Hummer, which, you know, if you know his story, we all know the story about the Hummer, blah, blah, blah. And he wanted a shoe that looked like that. And some people kind of feel like it's big and clunky, but I actually rock with it. I like it. So these are shoes that will definitely be on my radar, and you know, that I'd like to try to get into my collection.
I'm looking at the chat, and everybody's pretty much sounding off the same way I did. 7s and up is usually when they got hot. OG Kicks is asking, are they going to be limited? Knowing Nike, probably. they're probably, at least 1 or 2 colorways is going to be limited. The black one, probably limited. That's what they do, but I don't think we got all the full official details yet.
No, just only the date, again, August 26th for the next one, which is the actual first game shoe, the white with the black heel color. And then the black on black is supposed to drop sometime later in the year, maybe kind of in that onslaught of holiday shoes.
Yeah. Let's see. 7 up. Sneaker File said it's not a good look when he wears the Soldiers more than his signature line during the playoffs. I always wondered how that affects sales, or if it affects sales. Like, to me, I still don't fully understand the difference between the Soldiers and the signature line. Like, I get the design aspect of it being a separate thing, but I don't understand the purpose, and I don't know why it matters. Can you help me? I don't get it.
Yeah, you know the person who would probably be good to answer that question, and
Probably Sneaker Files.
no. I was gonna say actually, Guru, from Fox Podcast. He is big time, LeBron James fan in terms of basketball, but also just in terms of the shoes. Very, very knowledgeable. I had some questions about. Remember a couple weeks back, I think when I was out in California, I found some older LeBrons that I had never seen before, and I sent him a picture, and he gave me a whole long chapter and verse about that. So I think that he would be able to kind of talk about that. So maybe that's something we'll think about for the future.
They're saying that the Soldier lines replaced the Elites. They were doing way too much. It was a good move because those Elites were sitting horribly. That's what Cadillac Jackson. Buckeye City Soul said the Soldier's like a team shoe, which I get. It's just I don't know. I think that sometimes they just make money, and I think that that's the bottom line. Sometimes we make shoes to make money. Not a problem. We have not yet, but that might be on the docket for later on. Don Turner. He said if we mentioned the Kobe inspired Kyrie's, the Bruce Lee collabo joints. I don't know if that's on your outline or not, but
it isn't. How much time we got left in the 6 minutes?
None.
Okay, well there you go. So we tried. So this next section is called "Who Really Needs a Custom Shoe?" Recently, Amber Rose announced that she was getting her own shoe, and if you didn't believe it, the shoe actually showed up, and I think I might even have a picture of it. See if I can get that to open up.
You mean who needs a signature shoe?
Yeah, who needs a signature shoe? Yes, not custom, a signature shoe. Yes.
Jumpman Boston rolled up in the building.
Oh my goodness,
we're not worthy.
In my sleep.
We're not worthy.
God, he's a legend. What's going on, JB? I got my eyes holding open with toothpicks, bro. But let me see if I can get this to share application window right there. So there we go. This is the Amber Rose Reebok Freestyle.
Is that pony hair?
It is indeed pony hair. Let me get that so it locks in. I believe that is what it is.
Okay.
So it's maroon. For those who are listening in and not looking, it is a maroon upper high top. If you know the Freestyle is like that kind of workout shoe from back in the day that has the two little straps to go across the front at the top. And it's sitting on a maroon midsole and a gum bottom. I don't know. What you think, Jedi?
Workout shoe is dope. I like the color. I like the sole. I actually like the shoe. I don't like the pony hair.
Okay.
I don't like. If this had just been a maroon leather shoe, it would have been dope. That's like really my takeaway. I like everything else about it. I just don't like the pony hair. What about you?
You know what? The only thing that I don't like, I mean, obviously I don't like it for me. I would never wear it.
Yeah.
I don't like the name.
It's called the what now?
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker?
MUVAFUKA.
Do we know why it's called the motherfucker?
I have no clue. But if you look on the they both on each shoe, there's a there's a lace something. Uh-oh. Here we go.
The chat is killing it. Sneaker File started this shit off. He said, "What the fuck is that shoe for?" And then here we go. Buckeye City Soul said the child support please ones. Sneaker Files podcast said it's just missing the clear heels.
Woo.
Yeah, they killing it. Motherfucking ugly. Hey, the pony hair killed it. The pony hair killed it. Buckeye City Soul said they look like thought shoes.
I can't really disagree with that. Yes.
Can't disagree with that.
I cannot disagree with that. But I thought it was interesting. Also, many folks may know, I know Buckeye knows because he actually picked up a pair. Saucony did a recent collaboration with let me stop this, with some what do we want to call it? Shoe tubers. That's the
YouTubers,
term of art now, where they were allowed to design their own shoe. I think there was 10 in total, and the first 5 dropped back on the 11th. I don't know all the names, but these are some of the people: Bullet RC, Fomer Simpson, Tony D. Too Wild, Sneakerhead in the Bay, Yo Anthony, Tyler Blake, DJ Dells, Hes Kicks. I know there's a couple that I left out there, but I mean, is that a good look? Is that a good look for YouTube? What do you think, Beard?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, those are some of the tastemakers of this culture. You know what I mean? And for them to jump in on it before Nike or Adidas or anything like that, I thought was dope. And I know that some of the people in the chat, some of the squad got those. Sneakerheads Clothing Line got the Tony D2 Wilds. I think Buckeye City Soul got the Sneakerhead in the Bays, I think.
No, Buckeye had the Tony D's.
Buckeye had Tony D's. Okay.
Yeah, I think I saw you had like one of those double up pictures, which are very dope, my brother. What's the software that you use to? I know you got some special potion, you know.
Hey,
share.
His photo game is ridiculous.
Yes.
His photo, like, I don't even want to take pictures anymore. I thought about trying to do something special, but I knew it wasn't gonna match. So I just said, fuck it. But that's why mine are always basic. I just keep mine basic. Just stay out of that lane. But I think it's a great idea. I like that they were able to get on the same model. I thought that was important too. And they got to add their own flavor. So I'm with that, man. You know what I mean? I don't know that I would ever reach that height. And even if I did, I would probably, mess it up because it would be so basic.
Nah, man, you have to have like a shoe with some fuzzy something for the beard, like the safari.
Get some pony hairs on the front.
There you go, bro. You can't be the beard Jedi. I had the beard on your shoe. Come on, dog.
It'd be right off the front. It had a little hanging off the. You know what I'm saying? He gave us the app name, Enlight. Enlight is the app. I'm still not gonna mess with him. I'm gonna stay on my lane, but I appreciate that. Sneaker File says shoe tubers don't wear Saucony. Saucony can't capitalize on this media market. It's moot for both parties. I
don't know that I agree with that, because I think that if I'm looking at it, I think two things. I think that skewing, to me, runners is really like, there's a lot of young folks that are kind of really
coming back.
I'm saying that, with, to me, that's what they are looking at. And those influencers that, let's say 13 to 19 demographic, that's really who's watching them hard. So it gives them at least a door to open. Now, of course, they've got to put some stuff out there to be able to, kind of pull them in. But I mean, I think it's dope. I really agree. I don't have anything to, but good things to say about them. I think of the ones that I saw, the two that I were interested in was a Sneakerhead in the Bay. Actually, I had it in cart, but I put it out because I knew that I was going to be going to the D, and so I didn't want to be, making a bunch of purchases before I went to Detroit, and then be like, oh wow, I can't do nothing because I already spent money. So and I'm sure by now they're all sold out. And the one that Bull has, which the second set is supposed to drop starting on the 25th. So I'm gonna try to get one, because I do want to support them. I'd hate to see any of those cats that did that, shoes sit, or somebody's end up not getting picked up. So I can't remember which person it was, but it was one of the individuals that did an all white shoe. And a lot of people were saying they thought that was dope because it would give them an opportunity to make it whatever they want. Anytime you see a white shoe, that's like people think customized. But I think that particular shoe, it's all white, and it does come like with some markers. So you could, literally take the markers out and, make the shoe whatever you want right off the break.
That's dope. And congratulations to them brothers for even scoring something like that. Having somebody rock with you, giving you the option, or not the option, giving you the privilege of picking and making your custom shoe with their design with a brand like Saucony is dope, man. So props to all y'all for getting that done, and props to everybody who was able to cop. That's dope, man. I'm with that. Wait till we get the Saucony Monday midsoles. We get,
there you go. There you go.
That'd be some shit I would rock off tops. Buckeye City Soles would have to come with that app though. Like you would have to be able to get the app so you can take the pictures with the shoes.
That'd be the double ups, you know.
Yeah, it'd be the double ups.
One side on one way, and then the other way to look, you know. And I need 10% for that idea. If you use it to call them the double ups, I just all right, 5%.
We got to get it in there. One late listeners would come with a vape. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Yes.
Come with a vape. We get Molly Miles would come with a pair of Steph Currys.
Oh,
like you'll get the site, but it's still gonna have some Currys. But that's what you get. And then for the homie Polos and J's, of course, it's gonna come with a chair. You get your office chair.
There you go. As long as you didn't say a walker, we good.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get the walker, man. That's the homie right there.
No doubt.
But yeah, we about to hit the ticker on this one too.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna move on over to the next one, and for this one, I'm gonna need you to add an extra 2 minutes.
Oh, so we had 2 minutes.
We're gonna break it. Instead of 6, it's gonna be 8 because there's a lot in this next one, and we just want to give a little bit of extra time.
Okay.
So these are gonna be different topics, but they're gonna be.
It's going crazy now. You broke it, OG.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you could just make it do 6 and then re-rack it for 2 more minutes, whichever you want to do.
That motherfucker went crazy real quick. It was like 8 minutes. We don't do 8.
All right. So, if you have not heard of some of these things, you perhaps have been living under a rock. But the first one is a real gimme. Apparently, LeBron James and Maverick Carter are in development for a 30-minute sitcom with HBO that's going to be based in a sneaker store. What do you think about that?
It's about time we did more than. I think it's about time the sneaker culture was highlighted some kind of way. I don't know how active I don't know anything about the show. This is my first time hearing about it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's just going to be an active part of the show, if it's just going to be the backdrop. You know what I mean? But either way, I think it's dope. And I like the fact that LeBron is on the front end of this because that, you know, plays directly into his passion. So I think that that's dope. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see, you know, like who is going to be in it. And as I understand it, it's supposed to be basically set inside a sneaker store outside of LA. And when they said that, you know, I guess because of where I'm from, I immediately thought about like Round 2. You know, my homies that started in Richmond and then they went out there and did their next show because they got some characters up in there. But just the kind of the day-to-day experiences inside the sneaker store. So I hope it does well. And I'd be just really interested to see what it does and how it does. So I think that's really dope. So LeBron is the link that ties us to the next discussion, and that is Charlottesville. We were all set back on our feet by the events, you know, earlier that occurred and the unfortunate loss of life. But King James made the news yesterday because at a event that he was having outside of Cleveland, he made some comments about the event and about the lack of action or compassion from the president. And as I was driving down the road today and listening to some of the sports talk shows, some people was trying to give him a whole lot of heat, gave him the stay in your lane. You don't need to be saying something action. And I'll just say, I don't agree with that. But what do you think about that, Jedi?
You don't agree with him staying in his lane kind of thing?
Yeah, I think that if he has a platform and this is what he said, you know, whether I liked him or not, I do like people that I look at, whether they're in business or sports or whatever. If you have a voice about something, say it. Don't be scared. And he, you know, you may not have agreed with what he said, but I do respect the fact that he chose to say something. And I don't think he's being out of his lane by saying something.
No, I don't think that there is a lane when we're talking about lives and we're talking about politics. You've got a platform. You curated the platform on your own laurels, so let's get it popping. You know, props to Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jim Brown. I mean, we could go down this list. That's what they do. We look at somebody like John Carlos, who his life was over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that you can get any more eyes on you than the Olympics. And he made a statement, and cost him everything.
Yeah.
It cost him his marriage. It cost him his career. It cost him money. It cost him everything. And sometimes it's worth that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's worth that. We got Kaepernick right now. You know, that's the hot button issue. Everybody wants to talk about that. And everybody's talking about these protests, but they're not talking about the reason that they protest. And so when we have a president who gets up there and who's, I don't know of a respectful way to say it, so I'm just going to say it. He's not intelligent enough to make the right comment the first time around. Then he gets goaded into making the proper comment the second time around. And then he becomes an idiot again and doubles down on his first comment. The world is looking at us, man. And regardless of how you feel about people's right to free speech, it's okay to say that people have a right to free speech. That's completely fine. I get it. But it's not right to try and equate one movement with another, a hate group with a justice group. It's not the same thing. It's not a matter of opinion. We can look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not surprised by Charlottesville. 2017, I'm still not surprised. I'm not that old of a man, but I'm not shocked. I would just wish that instead of all of these stories that we see where people are talking about, now this is just too much. You know, now we got Jimmy Fallon on TV and he's taking a moment out of his monologue, but you had Trump on your show, you know, before, and you was patting his head like he was friendly. You were humanizing this motherfucker who empowered these races.
Right.
It's not a passive thing. It wasn't something that he did because he didn't know. No, you empowered them. You actively empowered them through your all of your speeches, all of your rallies. You actively empowered them, and now these motherfuckers are emboldened to have a meetup in Charlottesville with torches without a mask on. Like, that's some real fucking shit right there.
Yeah, bro.
That's some real fucking shit.
When I saw that video and you see this long line of torches moving through the night, you know, I did not grow up in that era, but I know exactly what that represents. And, you know, to try to say that it was anything but that is really just, you know, just fooling yourself. And just to tie back to the sports thing real quickly, a lot of people were making comments on what I was listening to today that, you know, sports doesn't have any place in politics. It's like, are you crazy? The Olympics is the biggest sports political thing that there ever was. So to say that, you know, politics has no place in sports or sport has no place in politics, sports has been one of the biggest political vehicles down through history.
Let's keep it all the way funky. Sports doesn't have a place in politics when it's not saying what they wanted to say.
There you go.
Because the fact that we're watching the national anthem, that's some shit that just started like in 2008 for football. It wasn't a regular thing. We got jets flying over the motherfucking first game. We got flags flying. We're honoring the troops, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't honor the troops, but it was a political move that money there was a transaction that happened for this to happen. It was definitely political. And when you start talking about we don't have a right, look, I've seen this on other shows, so this is not original thought what I'm about to say, but if Kaepernick had been taking a knee for the rights of gay people, if Kaepernick had been taking a knee for the Holocaust, if Kaepernick had been taking a knee for any other shit, he wouldn't have been wrong. But you're taking a knee because of injustice against black folks. Oh, well, wait a minute now. Let's not go there. The problem and the reason that we keep coming to this shit is because this country has not shown any compassion or contrition to its own fucking history. Bottom line, we're not asking you to be responsible for the shit that happened then. We're asking you to acknowledge it and try and fix it. And because this country refuses to do that, everything is get over it, get past it. But then we just saw some motherfuckers with tiki torches. Who didn't get over it? We got people out here mad because we're tearing down Confederate statues. Look, last time I checked, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. In sports, when you lose, you don't get a trophy.
Or a statue, or a building named after you, or anything.
You lost. You can't be in this country as a Nazi and an American. The shit that we had, it don't go together. It don't go together. People saying you're whitewashing history by taking this shit down. History is history. You don't need to celebrate it by putting up a fucking statue like Stone Mountain. They're debating now about taking the engravings off of Stone Mountain, which has some more Confederate bullshit on it. That was funded by the KKK in like 1987. This shit is new. This has nothing to do with heritage and history. And if we're talking about completely about heritage and history, the heritage and history of this country is rooted in racism. It is. Bottom line. So it's one of those things, man. I get triggered when I see it, and I get even more triggered when I hear non-black people. Now let me go ahead and say that shit and keep it all the way funky. When I hear white people say, "What can I do to fix it?" Because I know in my personal circles, I've had white people tell me that they have a family member that's racist, but they just can't help it. My grandmother's like that, but you know, she came from the old, it's just can't. No, you check that motherfucker at home. That's what you do. That's what you do. It's easy to check the shit when you see it out front and blatant, but when you got the people at home, when your family members are like that, that's when you need to be checking it. That's what you need to do. It's not my fight, man. We didn't ask to get here. We don't need this unity on both sides. There's not two sides to this shit. Stop being racist. Stop killing me. The end of the story. That's the side of the story. That's it. What's going on?
Yeah, you know, food delivery. Black man gotta eat.
So I want to get to some of these topics because I know it's a hot topic, and I know I rambled a bit, but that's kind of my jam.
One more loop back into kicks because get back to the shoes.
Yeah, get back to the shoes.
I did see a post today. I don't know if it is if it's been out other days because I kind of been away from the computer, but a Jordan 1 with some very interesting and powerful imagery on it. Let me get to the application window right here. All right, can you see that now, Beard?
Yes, sir.
All right, so if you can't read it, the strap on the one says hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
We don't know if the shoe is going to show up or not. Right now, I think what I read was like a PE or a sample. Okay. I think that's dope. I'm kind of conflicted about it because in a way it kind of feels opportunistic, like how I was feeling about the Black History Month. Mm-hmm. But if they were available, I'd cop them. Absolutely.
Look, man, like Nike has got a very murky background. So this feels like opportunistic, like you said. Would I cop them? Probably not, because what's the purpose of this shoe? Is a certain percentage going into helping get some of these protesters out of jail? Is some of this money going to help travel so they can be on more fronts and fight more of these battles? What's the purpose of the shoe? Or is it just to cash in on the cool of being trendy right now? I don't know, but I definitely need to hear more details before I spend another dime on some shit like this.
I would agree, but for me, if it was available and I copped, it would be because I would put it in the category of you meant it for bad, but I meant it for good. Meaning that whatever you meant it for, what I'm going to do with it is just going to be my little piece of what I'm doing.
That's valid.
Because that's all I have control over.
No, that's valid. I can respect that too. Tay Baltimore said post 9/11, Department of Defense invested money into the NFL to promote in an effort to increase enlistment. There you go. I mean, this is the shit I was talking about. It was definitely a transaction. You realize that Cadillac Jackson said, you realize 45 owns a winery in Charlottesville and is more concerned about his money than our lives. He's showing how he feels, and it's always been there. It's just now on the big screen. Don Turner said that the third comments that he made doesn't mean that he's stupid. He's just showing how he's feeling. He's being transparent.
Tell me how you really feel.
Hey, for real. Illa Ill said that the anthem is also rooted in bull crap, and that's real shit. Buckeye City Soul, it's all power centered. We have Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you want to honor past October, hey man, look, and you're fine, but it's all about control. You could be part of the beast. Like, I want to read all these comments. I do.
Go for it.
I just told my wife, honestly, we've been to football watching parties and the room's never been shut down when the anthem started. Now everybody's in their feelings about it. Right. And I think that's real important, Don Turner, because 9 times out of 10, you don't see the fucking anthem. It happens Like they did the study and they said that people stopped watching because of the protests. You stopped watching because of the commentators and the newscasters focused on the protests, but you don't always see the anthem. There's too many games. You don't see the anthem every time it's on TV. So now that people have the feelings about it, when you see the anthem, that's usually when you're getting those last bit of the favors together. You're getting your snacks, your nachos, your beer. You're talking to people. Nobody pays attention to that shit. And it's okay, but we got this xenophobic ass country to where anything that's against the flag is a problem. And we got those same people who fought for the flag and went and did 6 tours. They can't get a job. They can't get any mental health. They can't get any insurance. But we want to talk about disrespect. The government disrespects the troops every day. Every day. But we want to talk about Cap taking a knee. Open yourself up to crazies who feel that Black Lives Matter is a hate group. Education. You know what I'm saying? Education. Like in this age, if you decide to be ignorant, that's okay. That's your choice. But it's not because it's true.
So hang on. Thomas Quarterman says, I wouldn't buy shoes that portray political representation.
So my question to you, Thomas Kwame, and this is, understand this is not an attack. We're talking about something that's charged. So
discussion.
It might sound off. Does saying Black Lives Matter offend you? And I can open it up to anybody in the chat. And if it does, feel free to type why. I'm not attacking. I'm trying to understand, because the statement is not, we're not implying anything else other than Black Lives Matter. And the reason we're implying that is because apparently they don't. Apparently they don't. We watched in Baltimore, we watched cops plant drugs and people get locked up, losing their life. We've seen in Colorado where marijuana is legal, but Black people are still being prosecuted higher than anybody else. So there's a history in this country. And if we go back and we talk about the Harrison Act of 1918, we start talking about this shit. History has predicated that blacks, brown people, are dangerous people that need to be policed and treated a certain way. That's how they get to certain caliber of weapons. That's how laws have been passed, and it's not predicated on any facts. So, not to be divisive. I'm reading this comment as it comes in. Gone Postal 28, not to be divisive, but they only complain when certain folks have issue with the flags. Other folks can burn flags and step on them, and the medium says they're exercising their First Amendment rights. Only complain when certain folks have issue with the flags. Other folks can burn and step on the flag. I guess it depends on the news outlet for that part.
True.
There's a lot more to that, and I don't know how to respond to that. I appreciate the comment. I don't know how to respond to that. But I mean, we see WWE been using flags as a prop. Anyway, I won't even go that far with it. Buckeye City Soul said people have a misconception of what Black Lives Matter is. It's rooted in rationalization of racism. Absolutely. That's real shit. And I don't even know if it's a rationalization of racism, because when you talk to a lot of these motherfuckers, there's not a rational thought process. It's just hate. It's just hate. It's people who've embraced this hate, and that's the norm. It's hate. I'm gonna rock with it. It's hate. You're taking from me. Like they were actually chanting, "We won't be replaced." Who's replacing you? How? What are you being replaced?
They were chanting, "Jews will not replace us." That's what they were chanting.
Where? What are we talking about? I like, so much of this shit is beyond my understanding. I don't get it. But at the end of the day, if you have a protest lined up to fight for Nazi rights, for lack of a better term, that's the only way I can think of it, and you have people getting together to say we're not down with racism, and you feel like you need to run a car into them, how are the two equal? They're not. They're not equal. Heather Heyer, I'm not sure how you say her last name, lost her life because she saw the shit as an injustice. You ran a car into her, and what was it, 19 other people?
Yes.
How is that? What the fuck is the logical thought behind that? I hate, you're anti-hate, so much that I've got to try and kill somebody. Hey man, look, I don't get it. I don't get it, but I hope it gets fixed. And I feel like that's a lofty hope at best. It's a lofty hope, man. All we got is these kicks. All we got is these sports. All we got is hip hop, and everything else after that, man, is some bullshit.
Well, this is why you are the professor, because I just feel like I just had a master class. But real talk, and I appreciate being able to have this conversation. We know this may not have been what you walked in the door, but as Beer said, this is what we do, and we took the opportunity to rest in it, and we're not going to resolve it tonight, but we do appreciate having the opportunity to have an open discussion about it. And just for my added little tag on the end, I encourage you, to have the discussion with the people that you can have it with, because I do believe that it's the stuff that we don't talk about that gets us in trouble, not the stuff that we talk about. It's the stuff that we don't talk about, or that we don't feel comfortable about talking about.
Absolutely.
And the more we talk about it, the more comfortable we'll get about it, and then the less issues there will be.
Absolutely. And props to the chat, man. They kick it real knowledge. We will be here all day just reading the comments. If Absolutely. You're in the chat, please pay attention to what's being said. People are dropping jewels, and it's great conversation, man. And I feel like saying this too, because I'm sure that somebody's in there talking about, well, they talking about white people like that. This is one of those moments where I feel like I don't need to say, and we shouldn't feel like we need to put a qualifier on it, not all white people. We're not talking in absolutes, because the people that are doing right, we don't need to exclude them. They know that we're not talking about them. Yep. It's the motherfuckers that's out here burning tiki torches and leaving a hot dog stand job to go preach hate. And then when somebody says something to their face, they taking off their shirt. I'm not really into that. It's just for fun. This is shit I'm talking about, man. So,
can we restack it and give me 6 more?
Let's go. Let's get this one out the way. Let's get it.
All right. So this one is Jay-Z flexing.
Oh.
So Skylar Diggins, NBA, WNBA star, fine.
I'm like, as a man, I shouldn't say that. That was totally insensitive and very chauvinistic. But she, anyway, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Is leaving Nike to join Puma. She is part and represented by Rock Nation, and she joins her other Rock Nation family, Rihanna, Big Sean, at Puma. Also, of course, they're joining The Weeknd and Kylie Jenner. And Puma is sponsoring the 444 tour. So is Puma on the come up, or is this just Jay-Z flexing?
Okay, so is Puma on the come up? First of all, Puma is smart, and they're figuring out another way to break into the shoe game, to actually get the shit popping. You got to do something different. You're not going to get the athletes. You're not. You might be able to get the runners, but you're not going to get the basketball players. You're not going to get the football players. You're not going to get the soccer. So, look, okay, we got to do something. Align yourself with the entertainers. Nothing wrong with that. However, Jay-Z is one of the smartest dudes I've seen, period. Jay-Z flexing like a motherfucker. That's Jay-Z saying, okay, cool. I got you. We're going to do something else here. Because, I mean, Puma's been trying to do some other stuff. They got those new runners that came out that a lot of the shoe tubers had that have the shroud on the front that are actually kind of dope. They're getting into that knit game. A lot of those shoes are dope. They've always had some nice looking cross training shoes. The Clydes, you know what I'm saying? They reinvented the Clydes. It's a classic. But now you got to try and get those new people. And you align yourself with Jay-Z. You align yourself with Skylar, who, in my humble opinion, was totally disrespected by Nike. The Skylar Diggins shoes, look, y'all gave them to everybody. Y'all just gave her a colorway. It was a regular ass shoe. Totally disrespected. But it's a Jay-Z flex move. What you think?
Absolutely Jay-Z flexing.
Yeah.
And by, moving with his Rock Nation family, like, okay, yeah, y'all put it down like this. You're going to do my tour, and I'm going to move these people over. And, absolutely Jay-Z flexing. Now, that's not, I don't say that to disrespect Puma, because, it's an OG in the front of my name for a reason. Right. And, Puma always been dope. Clydes were always the ish.
Yeah.
And I agree with Warrior Blood, just saying that they're catching up, but they're not trash anymore, meaning that they're paying a little bit more attention. I believe Rihanna was one of their best, whether it was, that was, all done by Jay-Z or however that came together, that really kind of refocused attention. And like my daughter, well, especially my oldest daughter, who is, Rihanna is her bae. Um, it really has brought a spotlight on that brand, and her swag and her style has uplifted, and brought a lot of good positive marketing attention to them. And now, I think when we did this before, we had talked about that there was speculation that there may be a 444 slide or not a Clyde. So the fact that Puma is putting money in the tour suggests to me that that might be more fact than fiction.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. I do feel like hip hop gets pillaged by a lot of these brands, be it shoe brands, be it clothing brands, be it alcohol, be it soda. Like the brands pillage hip hop a lot, and it's one thing to pay the artist for using their lyrics or using their look or using their face, but as a culture, like, why don't we have a hip hop Hall of Fame? Why don't we have, active curation of hip hop artists? Because old boy from we just had a guy, and I can't remember his name right now because it's 3 weeks old now. But I think he was from the Furious Five. Just killed somebody, stabbed somebody because he thought they were making advances to him. He thought it was a gay guy making advances to him. But the part of that story, first of all, rest in peace. The part of that story that resonated with me or that stuck out to me is that he was working security. We got one of the legends of hip hop working a security job because ain't no money. You didn't get the money that you should have got at the time because we know the contracts were trash and people weren't investing in it. And you sat out here and you built something that you can't profit from anymore. That sucks. That sucks. So props to Jay-Z for flexing, but you definitely flexing. If he was flexing even harder, it would have been Nike or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But do what you got to do, Jay-Z. I ain't mad at you.
Right.
I ain't mad at you. V's Kick says she almost bought a pair of the Clydes. Warrior Blood. I'm not gonna say that right. The Sugi Shinseis. Those are the ones I was talking about. I know I can't say the name right. Tsugi. I don't know how to say it, but those are shoes that are dope. They look like Puma's always the Pumas that I've had, other than the Clydes, they tend to run a little narrow, so I haven't tried those on, but I saw them and they look dope. It's a dope looking shoe. Mike Rich had a pair of the white ones, and I thought they was just clean, a good looking summer shoe, man. And they got the navy pair too that they all look dope. So I definitely want to try that on. I think we could probably just skip to the next topic.
Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna call the audible. We had a couple things more on the list, but I think we just slide into that last topic.
Okay, so we took a week off. We're back. You know what I'm saying? We got here and did this show, but we do have to announce that this will be the last episode of SoleFood SneakerTalk in this current configuration. Ain't no beef, ain't no problems. There was definitely some differences of opinion about stuff and scheduling conflicts. I will go ahead and put myself out there doing this show every week. I do this show on my off day, and I work nights. My wife works days, so doing the show every week gets to be a little bit tough. So I was definitely looking to try and change the schedule. That wasn't always receptive. You know what I'm saying? And for good reason. That's just one of the things that was out there. But in this current configuration of Dabs, OG, Beer Jedi, we will not be doing the SoleFood SneakerTalk anymore as a crew. I don't know what's going to happen with the SoleFood YouTube or if there's going to be more shows, but we are definitely doing something else. So that's the upside. Like, bad news out of the way, good news is that we're definitely doing something else. Follow us on social media so y'all can get more of the information there. Follow OGSneekerz, 2 E's, spelled with a Z at the end. Follow me, Beard__Jedi. We will let y'all know what's popping in the weeks to come. I don't want to announce what we've been working on here because I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful. So I'm going to leave that where it is, but that's what it is. The crew is saying the hell no, oh man, oh no. Again, I want to make sure that I state this clear so y'all know there is no beef. There's no beef. We don't have no issues with anybody in the crew. There's no issues with me and OG. There's no issues with me and Dabs. There's no issues with Dabs and OG. It's just something that we're going to move on to something else. So that being said, we're going to open it up for questions and open it up for OG's part as well to say what you want to say. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, I just, I want to, first of all, emphasize.
Hill said this is some Destiny Child shit. No one's going off. No one's going to be Beyonce. And I definitely hell ain't Michelle.
There is no.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
I just want to emphasize something that you said, which is, there it is. This ain't, and actually to jump on that comment, no, this is not a Destiny Child thing. There is no situation going on. Any venture that you go into, be it business, something that you're going to do with a friend, or your family goes on a vacation or plans something or whatever, sometimes things work. Sometimes they work for a period of time. Everything is not forever necessarily. And we just came to a situation where it was time for this change. And that's all it is. There will be something else. As Beard said, we're just not going to go into all of that because we just don't feel like this is the right time to do that. But there will be something else. And we hope, that y'all still get down with it.
Absolutely.
And they're not, we're going to take questions, but just know this. If I say, or Beer says we're not going to answer that question, it's not because anybody trying to be like hiding stuff, but it's some questions just don't even need an answer. It's not pertinent to what we've done and where we want to go. All right. For me, I believe there's seasons to everything. And we had a season, and that season is moving on to something else.
I want to say, each of you that have responded, like, what the hell? I rock with all of y'all. So seeing these responses, like, look, I wouldn't be up here in front of this camera talking shit if it wasn't for OG and Dabs. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that y'all have allowed me to come on here and rant my bullshit and wear my hair looking like shit with my hairline being crooked and shit and talk about things that I want to talk about, y'all are family for real. So we didn't take this shit lightly. We had a lot of conversations. So, all of y'all that's in the chat right now, the Don Turners, the OG.
Why somebody trying to make me David Ruffin?
I saw that shit. These pictures hilarious.
Leave me, but I refuse to
let Illa Ills, Gone Postal, Cadillac Jackson, 804 Kanga Phone, Sneakerheads Clothing Line, Timber Stand. Look, so all of y'all, I hope that y'all follow us to the new thing that we're doing. I will say this. Look at Sneaker Files. My dude, Sneaker Files said, me and you, let's do this. I've made some great connections with y'all. So I want y'all to know that this wasn't something that we was like, yeah, let's just go away. I know Black Ass African, but we're going to say Black Ass African again.
Absolutely.
Say it again. So can I, I'm going to go ahead and say this. OG didn't give me the green light. I'm going to say this part because Buckeye City so asked, when are y'all coming back? When we actually come back, we're not totally sure, but I know, right? I had to catch myself. But I will say this. If you're coming to SneakerCon Atlanta,
be in Atlanta. Say it that way. It's popping in Atlanta. Just
be in SneakerCon Atlanta.
Be in Atlanta.
And we will definitely have some more information coming up leading up to SneakerCon Atlanta. And then by SneakerCon Atlanta, we should be rolling full steam. So are y'all still going to be responsible on the Instagram? Yes, we are. Like we said, now the SoleFood SneakerTalk Instagram, we'll probably still be running that until we get something popping. But follow us individually as well. Follow OGSneekerz. Follow Beard __Jedi. We got to wait until SneakerCon is what Buckeye City sold. We want to make sure we're giving ourselves some time to work out some kinks, but we want it to be right. And we're definitely trying to do a lot of stuff that's different. The discussion that we've had and the connections we made, like, I can't even go into.
See, I told you, man.
Some of the stuff that we got lined up is just, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. And it was just, it was time. It was time for us. I think we had our season. It was time, and we will definitely release more details as we go forward. But again, I want to make sure that we say this again, because even though we said it 17 times, nobody's gonna believe the truth when the lie is prettier. There's no beef.
Say that again.
No, nobody believes the truth when the lie is prettier. That is from Charlemagne the God. That's not me.
Say it 3 times.
That's not for me. That's from Charlemagne the God. Nobody wants to believe the truth when the lie is prettier. So,
yes, sir.
You know, it is what it is. But we don't have any beef with Dabs. I don't have any beef with OG. OG don't have no beef with Dabs. Vice versa. But we are definitely going to be letting y'all know the details. I just personally didn't think it was right to do it right now. At the end of this show, I felt like that was kind of whack, because there is no beef. Saying it at the end would be beef. You know what I'm saying?
So are we going to answer any of these questions?
Go for it, man. Am I missing questions?
No. I think
it's like new edition.
Well, I don't know how I respond to David Ruffin, but
is Dabs okay? Yes. Dabs does not have any medical issues or nothing like that. Dabs is completely okay.
Yep. I think it was Buckeye asked same day. We're not sure, but what we are certain is we not shitting on nobody else's day. I mean, just in terms of like how the family
he's saying,
was
is
moving.
it going to be the same day?
Yeah, we're going to be on the same day.
We're not. We'll keep Wednesday. Yeah. I can say that pretty confidently from our conversations. We'll keep Wednesday.
Yeah, so we.
So if you're another show that's starting and y'all want to take Wednesday from us, understand that we're coming back to claim our spot.
Absolutely,
it's not personal. We're gonna come back and take and claim Wednesdays. Go ahead. I'm sorry, LG.
Somebody said, Don Turner said, who's Teddy Riley and who's Dave Hollister?
I'll be Dave Hollister. Dave Hollister got some dope albums. I'll be Dave Hollister.
The party ain't over. The party ain't over.
For sure. For sure.
It's not over.
Timber Stan, SoleFood Sneaker Shoe Company coming soon. Hey, you know, we've been talking to Saucony, you know what I'm saying? And so, hey, if we had some shoes, I would be blowing it up right now. I wouldn't give up.
Tay Baltimore said, which one of y'all gonna cry first? Well, here, wait a minute.
You know, I mean,
nah, it's all good. It's not really, honestly, family, it's nothing to cry about. It really isn't. It just is what it is, but it's not. It's you'll see. That's all I can say. I don't want to. We want to keep in the lane of what we were saying.
Sneaker File said, I fucking scheduled my live show on Thursday so we don't clash with you. Hey, good idea. And we appreciate it because we like you being in our show.
Keep it that way.
But if you change to Wednesday, we coming back to Wednesday, then we clashing.
Yeah, there you go. So,
and we can't change to Thursday. We have to be on Wednesday.
So College Park 81 said, this that bullshit. For real. No, it's not that bullshit. It is not. It is not.
OG and the SoleFood Sneaker Showettes.
Oh, why?
Look at them told some kids they about to hit up Mondays. Nope. We are still look. I will, like I said, the 2 announcements that I will make that I'm fine with making is that SneakerCon Atlanta will be, we'll be doing a lot for SneakerCon Atlanta. We'll be there. We'll be popping. And we're staying on Wednesdays. We got that.
Wait. Caddy said, damn, I feel like Will when his dad left.
Why don't he want me?
Why he don't want me?
Why don't you want me? To hell with him. To hell with him. Will it start after SneakerCon? I think that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet to say it will start after SneakerCon.
Or it might be before, but it'll be around in that.
It's in that. That's what we're shooting for. It's gonna be around that time.
Yes.
Y'all gonna have lines. First of all, we're not that popular. Second of all, we're not gonna have a table or anything like that. We're just gonna be there showing love. Shouting out our people that have been rocking with us. So hopefully we'll get to meet y'all there. I don't have my ticket yet, but I will be there. If I gotta drive, I'll be there. Beer Jedi launched his YouTube channel. God damn it! I almost made it one show.
Keep that going.
I almost made it one show.
No.
I almost made it one show.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
When is SneakerCon? SneakerCon is Beard Transvent.
Thank you. Somebody.
Bobby Beard. LL said, when is SneakerCon? It's the 23rd in Atlanta. Is it 23rd or the 24th?
20, whatever the Saturday is.
Whatever that Saturday is. I'm looking right now. I'm sure somebody in the chat's like, I already know the date.
Is it 23rd of September? Yes, 23rd of September.
So that's if y'all can make it down there and you're going, we would love to meet up with y'all and kick it and have some lemon pepper wings or bowl or something.
So can we say one more thing? I know.
Go for it. What you want to say?
Can I tell one more thing? Just one thing.
God damn it.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. I mean, seriously, this is.
I don't know what it is. That's why I'm sitting here like
that. It's gonna be. How do I say this without?
You probably shouldn't say it. If you got to think that hard, you probably
shouldn't. No. I'm trying to let you know what I want to say.
Oh, text it to me.
Oh, yeah, okay. You keep reading the questions and I'll do that.
Buckeye City Soul said y'all should keep at it. You should keep it going ASAP to keep up momentum. Not like you're going to lose loyalty, but like when kids say they're going to take a year off school, it becomes normal. I don't want y'all to dip. That's respect. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And it's so the September 23rd date is the date we're shooting for. If we get the stuff worked out that we're talking about, it'll be before then. But like I said, we'll definitely announce it on social media. So those of you who rock with Instagram and shit like that, OG already has a YouTube, so I'm sure he'll be announcing it on his YouTube as well, and then we'll get it popping. So I guess, do y'all want to hear the one more detail? Is there another detail y'all want to hear? I mean,
that's the only one that I'm really. You got my text, right?
I got your text.
Can I? All right. Maybe they don't want to know. So that's cool. I just keep it to myself.
We keep that one in our pocket.
Because nobody said nothing. So that they have no interest.
No, they wanted to know. They said spill it, but they want to know everything. So that spill it wasn't about your one topic. They want to know everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But see, look, that's what Buckeye City Soul said. Spill the whole deal. We can't spill the whole deal because we're still working out details. Yeah. But there will, so we can say this confidently, there will be another show. We will be back on Wednesdays. Right now we are shooting for that around SneakerCon time. And we hope that y'all rock with us. Follow us on Instagram. And that's what I can say confidently without making it too weird. I think that works.
Okay, I have to make one more text, and then I'll know if I can say what I want to say.
We want to know, Jamie White. Hey, I rocks with you for real, Jamie White. Straight up, you the homie. We need facts, B. We got facts, B. I done gave you the facts, son. It's another show Wednesdays. It'll be popping. Should I give them the format information?
What? You don't want me to say mine, but you're going to say that?
Because that's a lot more generic than what you're trying to say.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Go ahead. So I got my answer, so I'm good. I'm Gucci, man. Go ahead. Do what you
format-wise, it'll be like we did tonight and like we did last time. The hot takes kind of deal. That's what we're doing. He said we holding out like Le'Veon. That is going to be, I think it's something that you guys enjoy. It's something that we enjoy. Tay Baltimore said it's fake news. He said it's fake news. Is it a PTI format? That's probably there.
That's ish. I mean, real talk, for that particular segment, that's kind of like where I kind of got that. And we just kind of stumbled over, to be honest with you, but it was something that we kind of like. So I'm not gonna say all the way PTI, but this in terms of the hot takes, that's kind of where that comes from.
I love the fake news hashtag. I really love the fake news hashtag. Got it. It's what we all expected. That's what we expected. Okay, so I guess he's talking about.
So we can't tell y'all the name. We ain't going there. But I can tell you one more thing. This is the last thing. We'll answer whatever questions we can. It's still gonna be family, and it's still gonna be 3 of us. That's what I wanted to tell you. It's still gonna be 3 people. Me and Beard and somebody else.
Sneaker File said we totally bit your segment for our podcast. I want to address that real quick. And the reason I'm addressing this is because I don't think any of this shit is biting. Broadcasting your ideas, and I know you probably meant that tongue in cheek, and that's cool. I'm not upset. I don't think any of this shit is biting, because if it is, we're all biting off of somebody. I am absolutely going to ask you about the technology that you used on your show, because I thought that was brilliant. It was brilliant, and I want it. I'm going to ask you about that. And if we get it together, I'm going to use it. If that makes me a biter, so be it. But I think that you're an idiot if you don't see things that advance in your field and you don't try and implement them. I thought that was brilliant, Sneaker Files. I can't wait to see y'all show Thursday. I wish it was live. I thought that was great. Everything the Monday Midsoles does is dope as hell. And there's a lot of stuff that I would love to be able to do on their show. But they do that shit so well, I'm leaving that hell alone. We can't touch that shit. That's y'all shit. I'm not trying to use none of that shit. But I don't think any of this shit is biting, man. Anybody that's talking about shoes, that's talking about hip-hop culture, that's talking about this kind of shit and rocks with us, y'all family. Did y'all get Stephen A. Smith? Well, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that was actually you. Yeah. How close you are.
Yeah.
So yeah. You know what? Somebody asked if, I guess maybe because they think I went to Detroit to beg if Jumpman.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wait, Jumpman's on the show.
Come on, he got a show.
Jumpman's on the show. Who did that?
I'm not calling no names. You look up the line if you want to figure out who.
This is a
no. It was more than one person. No,
it's not. So, I will confidently say it's not Jumpman. Jumpman has his own show, which you can hear when, OG? They moving between Saturdays and Sundays now. They've been kind of moving back and forth between Saturday morning, or I don't know if they're going to go back to the Sunday evening or not. But y'all know the Sneaker Box Podcast. That's the big umbrella that we all, kind of circle up under. So, they doing their thing over there. No. But he can stop by anytime now. Absolutely.
He can always visit. But the third person
is a LeVar Ball. Yes, it's LeVar Ball. It's absolutely LeVar Ball.
Is the plug. It is the homie Cadillac Jackson. There it is.
There you go.
That's it. We can't say no more. We have spilled more tea than we planned to, and it's Jedi's fault because he cracked the door. So no. It's all good, family. It's all good. But we are I mean, when I don't want this to be taken the wrong way when I say this, we are very excited. And we hope that you all will be excited and enjoy some of the new things that we're going to do. And, some of you have seen Caddy on before, but in this new thing, I mean, that dude he got some stuff that he hasn't really put out there like that. And we're excited about the possibility. And like I said, we hope that, that y'all will continue to mess with us.
Ask the question, OG. OG Kick said, keep it real with his family. What do we need to keep it real with? What's the question?
Yeah.
That's ludicrously brilliant. That's what's up. Here's another deal too, is that I feel like all of y'all are family for real. So even Dabs, who's not here, which is why I'm tiptoeing around a lot of shit, because we don't have any problem with Dabs. And I know that when you do something different, it sounds like there's beef. Ain't no beef. Somebody's asking Dabs. I don't know what the Kermit sipping tea. That I don't know. Go ahead and say what you're trying to say on that one.
Yeah.
Tay Baltimore. But OG Kick said, keep it real with the family. What's the question? I'd love to answer the question. Absolute Styles, what's up? I didn't see you sneak in the room. He said, congrats, Caddy. Congrats to us. Thanks for keeping it real with us. Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, it was one of those things. Once the situation became what it was, to be completely honest, I was about to walk away. Because, like I said, I missed the time with my wife. So I was like, shit, fuck this show. Not fuck y'all, but fuck giving up my time to do some more stuff if this doesn't work out. That's where I was. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought about y'all, the more I thought about OG and Caddy, I was like, shit, I'm excited about doing this shit. So if there's a way that we can make it work, let's do it. And that's kind of what happened. You know what I mean? If I can still get it to work out the way I need it to work out, I can still get time to see my wife on my day off, and we can make some moves. And the connection we've already made is amazing. It seems like this is the way it's supposed to go. Team Early, you will have a new name on the new show, because Team Early was never really your name. It was never the name, but you will have a new name, and we already got that stuff too. OG Kick said, I understand this YouTube stuff takes a lot of time. And this is the easy part. Like, getting in front of the cameras and talking to y'all for 2 hours is the easy part. The hard part is the prep to make sure that you got a show that's worth something. And doing this format allows us to take some of that time back. You know, reclaiming my time. It allows us to do that. Know the struggle, spend about 15 to 20 hours a week on our show. Absolutely. And you do a lot more than we do for our show. So absolutely. Go ahead.
I was at Tay Baltimore says, I was just asking if everything is good. Like the team feeling, hate to see the team break up.
It's not even a breakup.
I would look at it, the best way that I can describe it is just like when if you look at any professional sports team, sometimes, you have certain team members that come up together, and then a person gets to, one person may get to a certain point, and there's another opportunity that is, because that is also their business. Sure. They enjoy being together and the camaraderie, but it is also, they got into that not only because they love that particular sport, whatever it is, but also that is their business. That is how they feed their family. That's how they do that. And if another opportunity comes that pulls that away, or just some situation, be whatever it is that changes that mix. It doesn't have to be that it's, this person wants to leave or anything of that nature. It's just that it was a season. And that's the best way that I can, describe the situation. But I don't, I guess our hope is just that, moving forward, the other thing that we're going to do will be equally as enjoyable. It's not going to be the same thing. And we purposely are doing something different, because what we did with that is that. And it's, we're not trying to duplicate it. We're just trying to do, a new thing. And it'll stand on its own and its merits. There'll be sometimes we had hits, sometimes we had misses. And I would imagine it's going to be the same, going forward.
So, like I said, again, we're shooting for, if you're going to be a sneaker con, we're definitely at that point have everything solidified. If we don't do a show before then, follow us on social media. You can follow OGSneekerz with 2 E's and a Z. You can follow Beard Jedi, Beard__ Jedi, and you can follow Cadillac Jackson. Is it with an underscore or no underscore?
It's 1 underscore.
Cadillac _ Jackson. Cadillac with a K _ Jackson. And more details coming. So make sure you follow us if y'all want to know. If you're one of those people that don't have, you're not on Instagram, get on Instagram. I mean, how else are you going to participate in? We're still doing the Hump Day Heat.
Yep.
We're still doing Hump Day Heat. I still want to see what y'all rock. I still want to see what pickups y'all got.
We'll still be posting. Very familiar, so it's not, it's not going to be totally brand new.
Absolutely. We'll still be posting stuff up, so we'll still be active on there. Just won't be the shows until we decide that we're going to do a show. Buckeye City Soul is saying that we need to make that happen soon, a show crossover where we got hosts on different shows and shit like that.
Are they still talking about maybe doing like a superset or something like that in Atlanta? Buckeye, have you heard any more conversation about that? I know Caesar had mentioned something, or somebody, I'm not sure where I heard that, that might be a possibility. I think Atlanta might be potentially the first time that a large number of us are going to be in the same place at the same time.
Illa Ills is dipping out. Make sure y'all follow him, Illa Ills, on Instagram. Just like it is. It ain't hard to figure out and spell together. Buckeye City Soul, he said he hasn't heard anything yet, but he's interested in making that happen. So
yeah, that's what's up.
We'll get it together, man, for sure. Gabriel Kick said he's confused. He just came back from putting his daughter to sleep. You have to watch the replay, man. We just spent 20 minutes talking about it. And I don't want to make it like it's an extra point. So yeah, I think that's it. Is that it?
Yeah.
I think that's it. So it's been a great ride, man. I fuck with y'all. So hopefully when we get this shit popping, I will see all the same 25 or 26 people in the chat lighting it up.
Let me interrupt you just for a second. Yes, Sneakerheads clothing line. You did say that, but you're not the only person that said that. So I probably did have that conversation with you as well. So credit where credit is due. Great minds think alike, my brother. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Beard.
He said, OGKicks asked us a shoe question, which is great. Get us back on topic. What do y'all think about the Breads 13s coming out this weekend? They'll sit. They're dope. I'll cop when the price goes down. It's real easy for me.
I don't know. Them joints might move a little bit faster, but if it's like everything else, it probably will sit, which is fine.
Absolute Style said, you guys definitely have the best chat. No, y'all have the best chat because this is y'all. We just respond to y'all. Y'all keep this shit popping.
Absolutely.
If they, like, this is two things keep me doing this, because I've done other podcasts and I've been on other shows, because it's quicker to do. Like, we shoot it live and we're done. There's no recording and editing and none of that shit to do. And y'all having active feedback and hearing y'all's opinions, and hey, I love it. So y'all have the best chat. We rocking with y'all. The chat is y'all domain. We take the questions and respond to y'all. So that's what it is. That's what it is, man. As long as that fucking Kais guy isn't on your show, that's all good. I don't know what you got beef with Kais for. I ain't got no beef with Kais. That was Thomas Qualman. I'm putting you out there. I'm snitching. Thomas Qualman said that. I don't have any beef with Kais. I don't know anything about
There's no line at your booth, was it? We never talked about that. And
I thought we did.
We did. We just, in the last hot takes, we went through it real quick.
Yeah. Jamie White says she hopes that the 13 sits so she can cop it. Exactly. Price drop. I'm all on that. Yeah, but I think that's it. I guess we want to sign out.
We still will do guests, and there's some of y'all, that we want to get with. So
look, we can tell you right now, V's Kicks, you'll be on another show. So
yeah, absolutely,
get it together. You're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna be on the show.
Yep.
And when we come to Atlanta, we all sleeping on your floor. Deal with it, okay?
And driving your car, and we're not paying that app. Whatever.
So do what you got to do. Tell the wife, we get in the couch or whatever the situation gonna be. Put the puppy away. We sleeping on your floor. It's just what it is. VU family, and so we're gonna be there driving your car and kicking it, eating up your food. You better have some Kool-Aid. You better have some chips. You better have some Jolly Ranchers. You ain't got that shit, it's a problem. I know it's a Publix around there. Get some Publix chicken too.
Run down to the West End.
Right. Make it happen. Get it popping. But I guess
everybody but David Ruffin. Well, I don't. There is no David Ruffin.
Now we got beef.
Shots fired.
Oh, Don Turner, the Kyrie Kobe collab. So the Bruce Lee Kyrie shoe that's got a half Kobe and a half Kyrie logo on it. First of all, that Bruce Lee colorway, the yellow, black, and red, is classic. It's dope to me. And this is something that we wanted to talk about, but we're gonna wrap it up here in a second about the idea of doing collabs. Maybe that's a holdover for our new show, Don Turner. We'll talk about that with the players collabing. But the shoe is dope. So the Kyries, I like the first Kyrie, which was the Samurai, and I like this Kyrie. I might actually try and get that Bruce Lee Kyrie. I think it's really fucking dope. It's really dope. What about you, OG?
I don't have many Kyries, but I do have that Bruce Lee Kyrie Kobe, sorry. But I do have the Bruce Lee Kobe. I am a Enter the Dragon. That was my ish. That was another joint that my dad took me to the Victor Theater to see. Jim Kelly was my dude. When I had it, I did try to have the big blowout afro, and I cut up about 15 broomsticks trying to make the little nunchucks. So I could be my little ghetto Bruce Leroy or whatever you want to call it. So yes, I'm definitely in on both of those shoes. I'm definitely looking. It's a dope concept. We did have some conversation about that, but I agree with Beard. I think we save that whole discussion, for something forward rather than try to squeeze it in at the end of the conversation.
At the end of the show, we want to give it some proper light because we had some good ideas with that too. Okay, Thomas Carmen, I'm saying this because Kais may watch our show actually. He said he doesn't have any beef with you. He just don't like your content. I don't know how that was. That supposed to clear it up? Like, was that supposed to be a correction? Like, I ain't got no problem with him. I just don't like it. All right, well, whatever. That was Thomas. Thomas Qualman. Black as African said, come on September. Indeed, sir. Indeed. It's coming and popping. Beer Jedi, keep in touch. Let's do something together. Hey, if you invite me to do something, man, I am honored. And yes, I will be there. But I am also the anti-history sneaker guy. So you'll have all the stuff. I'm the aesthetics guy. I don't know all the history of sneakers. I just want, don't put me on the spot and come on there and be like, yeah, you remember that one off Jordan that it was a sample that nobody got to release. You remember that one? I'm going to say yeah, but I'd be lying. Okay? Just want to let you know. Church's Chicken go hard. You're right. You're right, Sneakerhead. Go. V said that we're getting Church's Chicken, dirty sheets, and a martyr card.
No, I'm good with everything but the martyr card. That's wrong.
Hey, martyr is smarter.
Yes. Okay, if you say so.
That's what they say.
No, martyr is moving Africans rapidly through Atlanta. That's what martyr
Jesus
is.
Christ, where did that come from? You had it in your pocket? Jesus Christ. He went pull that one out. Wow. Yeah, I think that's a good spot to end the show. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. We will see y'all again really soon. Again, follow us on Instagram. You want to know what's popping? Follow us on the gram. We will definitely let you more stuff out as we get closer to the date that we're going to do stuff. SneakerCon Atlanta will be there representing. I'm your man, Beer Jedi, a.k.a. the Black Alex B. Keaton, a.k.a. Shupak Shakur, a.k.a. the Boss Kick Ross, a.k.a. Fropocalypse, a.k.a. Hacksaw Kick Duggan, and Jack Swagless. I'll holler at y'all next time.
And are you done? No. It's Shoot Evangelos. No, it's your boy OGSneekerz. We're gonna say all are you again. But until then, stay tuned to the IG, stay tuned to the YouTube. It's OGSneekerz, and you'll be able to know what's going on. But real talk, we appreciate you. It's not the end, it's just a transition. And we holler at all y'all real soon.
The reason that we're here, the reason that we feel disappear. Oh, we out. Peace.
Be gone.